So when it comes to buying a stock outright and doing covered calls, basically what you would be doing is buying 100 shares of whatever the stock is at the current price. So Apple's 111. You buy 111 times. We're not counting the cents on this one because it's, well, I will. But 111 times 100, well, duh, it's 11,181. Could have just added some zeros there, but you're spending $11,000 to make the trade happen, and then what you would be making weekly would be whatever you would sell as a call option. So we're not going to sell this week, so it's only 3 days away. So you normally want to do this every Friday. But we're going to do the one that's $10 away. That'll be more realistic for what you could get on a week. It'll be a little bit more, but not too much. So let's say you think the stock is not going to go up more than 115. Now, on Apple, well, let's say 120. Let's say you don't think that the stock is going to go up to 120 by next Friday and then close there. It can get to 120 on Thursday, but as long as it's below that by the end of Friday, the market makers will never assign that contract to you unless it closes in the money or it's very deep in the money on the Thursday before the expiration. So it always expires on Friday. The day before or night before on Thursday, they might assign it to you early if you're like this far in the money where you see that much purple or whatever navy color you want to call that. So you bought 100 shares of stock for $11,000, and now you can sell exactly one contract on that money, and you're going to sell it and make $84 a week. What happens in that scenario as a covered call, if the stock goes up to 119 and closes there, you would have 100, or you would have $8 times 100, so you'd be having $800 of profit there on your stock, and you'd also be adding $84 on the option you sold. Now, if it went up to 120, you would lose part of that 84, probably all the 84. But what happens is the stock moves up past 120. The call offsets, the stock offsets for every dollar that the market moves up past 120. The option's going to be worth more, costing you more as it goes against you, but the stock itself is going to be rising at the same amount or a slightly higher amount. So it's going to be basically capping your profit at $120. Anything above that, you won't be making any more profit on your stock. But up to that, you can make this amount if it closes at 119 instead of 120. So let's say the stock closes at 115. 115 is about $4 higher, so that's $400 of profit. And you also keep the $84, so now you made $484. So $484 for the week that it doesn't close past your strike. But if it goes down and now the stock is worth 105, you've just lost, what is that? $6? Let's say you lost $6 of value. So 111 point. Sorry, what am I doing? $6 times 100. I don't know why I keep doing that. So you lost $600 off of your 11,000. But you gained 84 back. So you'd actually only be losing $516. And as the stock goes back up, because you're expecting it to ultimately go up, that money that you lost would be recouped, and the money that you gained from your call would be in your pocket. So that's the advantage to cover calls on a stock that you think is ultimately going to end up, but right now is kind of bouncy. You typically do a covered call when the market is doing something like this. We're just kind of going sideways, not up or down, really. You can make money while the market's standing still, basically. There is another way to do a covered call, though. I don't know what the technical term for it is. I don't know if it'd still be called a covered call with a call or what, but for now, that's what I'm calling it, is selling a covered call using a call. So in order to do that, you'd have to go way out of the money, you'd have to find an expiration date that is pretty far away. So let's just say January, which is 115 days away. Doesn't matter how far you want to go out. The farther out you go, the more expensive it becomes. In order to sell a covered call and make it worth it using a call, you have to be deep enough in the money that your delta is going to be high enough to be making you quite a bit of money as the stock goes up. So at the delta 65 here, or let's say 65 right here. No, 105 is a round number, so we'll use that. So we're spending $1,500, and for every dollar the market moves up, we're going to be making $65 the first time it moves up a dollar, then it'll be almost $66 the next time, $67 the next time, and so on. So if the market moves up, what is 120? So 120 is $8 away. So we'll say 105 to 198, I guess. Is that right? 105, so 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's about right. So let's just pretend this option contract becomes worth that much more. So you've gained whatever that difference is. So 1880 minus 1490. So you just made $390 as the stock moved up to 120. But now your 84-cent one that you sold here at 120 is in the money slightly. So what happens with this call option, the moment you sell it, whatever value it has, as the market moves up, it is going to be moving against you or becoming more valuable by whatever the delta is. So the delta is at 17. So for every dollar that the market moves up, you're going to be losing 17 cents. So let's say to show how much more this call would be worth if you went $8 farther in the money. So 120 to 113, that's pretty close. Let's see, 112. So let's say it's now worth $3.30. So you made $390 on the market going up, but your call option just expired slightly in the money. Let's say it was 20 cents in the money, or really we need to go even farther than that. So let's redo our numbers here. Let's say it expired at 110 here. Get that out of the way. So it expires at 110 and is worth 460. And then down here, so 110 is exactly $10 away, so that's easy math. We'll get rid of the 75 here. So 105 to 95, $10 away. So that is 120, 2135. 2135 minus 1490. So that's $645 that you made on your call. And then your short has lost you 460 minus 84. So doing the math on this one, this is how much it's going to go against you, but this was money in your pocket, so you subtract this number from whatever the value is going to be. So you could say the 120 is going to be worth 460 if the stock ends up going up to 122. So that would cost you $360. And then whatever we said this one was making you, I don't remember. 645. So the net profit on it, even if it went against you, is still $269. And that is going to continue that way because this delta here, let me get rid of that. This delta here is a lower starting amount than this delta here. And so whatever the difference between this one and this one is how much money you're going to make per every dollar the stock moves up. Now, if the stock moves down, this one is going to be losing 64 cents per dollar, and it will slightly go down as the market goes farther and farther against you. But you're going to keep all the 84 cents. So you're going to keep $84, and you'll still have a call that doesn't expire till January or 115 days away. That you're expecting to go back up and be back to how much it was worth before and then eventually worth even more. So what you could do the next week is sell something that's the same amount away as you did the current week and make another $84 and another $84 and another $84. And the first week that the market moves against you, you would just be capping how much you made by about $40 per every dollar the stock moves up, or whatever. Let's say 65 minus 17. So you'd be making about $47.50 or so for every dollar that the market moves up past where you sold at. So up until that point, you don't lose any money at all, and you keep all the profit that's gained. But as soon as it reaches the strike price you sold, the call option you sold is going to start being against you enough money. The market makers are going to call you out on it, or you're going to have to close it for a loss. I would just let it expire in the money and let them close out both sides of the trade and then go back and buy your call option again at whatever the delta was that you originally bought it before, and be out however much money that was, or take the money that you lost plus the $84 that you gained and just go back into the trade at a slightly higher strike price and sell it again. So that's pretty much how selling a covered call with a call would work. I hope that makes sense.